896-6597. That's 850-896-6597. And online at wheelhousedba.com.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards, and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
WPLQ Point St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Full of water. I stay hot up. Hot, stay hot up. Gonna get you hot up. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot up. Rub and hot up. Rub with me. Second hot up.
Yeah.
Will you make me sweat?
Yeah.
Second hot up.
Yeah.
Will you make me wet?
Yeah. Well, welcome. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Absolutely beautiful day here on Wednesday. We got Mark McLeod, 8:30, Dr. Ward, 7:30, State Championship football coach Jeremy Brown, 7:15. I'll tell you what, Bay High School on a roll. On a roll. And it's Bay Day, and that means that Glenn Bay Manley is in the building. Brian also joining in.
Put my Bay
Wildcat on the back.
I forgot to put my Bay sign up. My Bay Day sign up.
That's fine. Where's the Arnold sign? On Mondays, I don't see Arnold.
I haven't got one.
Might be time to take old Yeller behind the shed.
Gives me anything.
I need to be. I'm gonna take his jug away from him.
Oh no, you're
Listen
not.
to the Louisville-Miami game right here on ESPN 104.3 Northwest Florida this Friday. Miami. A lot of people think Louisville is going to cover, right, Brian? Is that what you told me?
There seems to be a growing contingent of people who think that's a pretty good bet.
And I believe Louisville lost last week.
Yeah.
Am I right on that? Didn't they? I think they did.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, God. Now I got to look.
Sorry. We're bragging on Louisville.
I still think watch out for Louisville.
Right.
Well,
I'm going to say it now. Watch out, Miami.
We have to say good things about Louisville because
Louisville lost to Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia's got a good ball club. They like those. They lost to Sisters of the Poor. No, Mark Ivey coaches there. He coached for me down in Cape Coral. He is their defense. He was the interim defense coordinator. He coaches up there. I love Mark. Him and his beautiful wife. They were down in Lee County, Florida, Glenn Manley, and they took the leap to Appalachia State. From there, they moved on to Louisville. And Louisville new head football coach decided to keep him because he did a great job when he was getting those guys ready for the bowl game. Speaking of local, what is going on local before we get a Mike on the phone?
Well, it's volleyball district week, and so in the 3A District 1, North Bay Haven 3, Bozeman 0. In the 4A District 1, it was Bay High 3, Pensacola 2, Walton 3, Fort Walton Beach 0. In 5A District 1, Mosley 3, Arnold 0, Choctaw 3, Booker T. Washington 1, and in the rural, it was Bluntstown 3, and Monroe 0, Liberty County 3, Weewa 0, and Chipley 3, Holmes County 0. And then we start into football Thursday night at Tommy Oliver. Rutherford Rams will take on Bozeman at 7 o'clock. It is a district game, and if
championship, baby.
The Rams win, they are district champions. So congratulations to them. Mosley is 6-1. They will be at Arnold. Arnold is 2-5. Bay High is 6-1. They will host Walton 2-5 on Friday night, and that will be senior night. So we'll get out there and see what's going on.
So Mosley, Arnold at Arnold.
Right.
Bay's at home. Right.
Bay has Walton, yeah. Okay. North Bay Haven, they will play, it's a district, they will play Cottondale's not a district game. They're 3-4, and Cottondale's 4-3. They will play Friday at Dean Bozeman since Bozeman has gone to the other way, gone to Tommy Oliver. Also, Destin will be at Chipley. Destin is 1-6. Chipley is 6-1. The Bluntstown Tigers 7-0 will be at Northview Chiefs. They're 1-6. Lighthouse Christian is 3-4. They will be at Sneeds. That's 4-3. And Liberty County is 5-2. They will be at Jefferson County. That Jefferson County is 2-5. Holmes County is 4-3. They will be at Mariana, who's 1-6. And 4-2. Freeport will be at Baker. Baker is 8-0.
Baker 8-0. Wow.
Baker's 8-0. Yep.
He must be back.
He is. And then Rocky Bayou 2-5 is at Graceville, who is 1-6. And this will be, somebody will win. 0-6 Central is at Vernon, who is 0-8. Wakulla 5-2 is at South Walton, who is 5-2. Franklin County 6-2 is at Osceola Christian, and they are 5-1. And Port St. Joe, Choctaw, Fort Walton Beach, and Niceville are all open this week.
Go Tiger Sharks, as Leighton and Laurel say. What do they say, Wildcat? Go Tiger Sharks. I was Lorelei and you were Leighton. That was good. All right, I got to get this in here. Steve Irwin, I love the guy, associate pastor at Woodlawn Church. He listens to our show all the time, and he told Julie, said, loves it. So, Steve, thank you for those kind words. He works for Joe Lay. Joe Lay does a wonderful job as a preacher at Woodlawn Church in beautiful Panama City Beach. Appreciate you guys listening and support.
Yes, sir. I'll give you a shout out to my Springfield Yellow Jackets up there in Springfield, Tennessee. 7-1, and they are number 2 in the 4A, so they'll be good, and they'll be off this week, and then they'll head back and play 2 more games.
The word on the street is they really take care of you up there, that they appreciate you. Every time you go up there, you get something.
Yep. I think they named this practice field after me, too.
That's the word.
You know,
Jeremy Brown ever do anything to support you?
Well, he sent me. I got up there the first day, man. I'm loaded with gear, so I appreciate you. So.
Did you take a picture and show it to him?
Well, I did. But he takes care of me. I can't say bad enough. So
nobody takes care like we do.
I know. I can't. So Jeremy and I started a new tradition. So it's we have some of those stronger Pepsis that we do. So anyway,
that's good. Is that before the game or after the game?
Yeah, after.
So. Big high school football games this week. The Arnold taking on Mosley. I love loss between those two teams. They're right there. That's going to be a game now. Mosley is the power. Well, I say that, but Bay's the district champs.
And Bay beat Mosley.
That's what I'm saying. They're the district champs. I keep forgetting. I mean, so you're talking about Mosley. It's Bay.
Yep.
Bay Day.
Yep, it is. But you got to, I tell you what, everybody is starting to play really well. It's going to be great if Rutherford wins the district. That'll be a
if Bozeman wins, they're champs, right?
I don't know what I think they are. I think Bozeman's 1 and 2 in the district.
They lost to North Bay Haven.
I can't remember. I thought it said 1 and 2, but I could be wrong.
You could be right.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up again. But I was looking at it last night. And
we got a good shot to having 3 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mosley's in, Bay's in, and we think we should know. What Coach Brian tells your name is you think.
That's right.
Boy, Hayes in the barn, you got to know.
Well, maybe Sports Blitz will pick up where we left off. You know what I'm saying?
It could. Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, looking forward to today. Wildcat, you have a good night last night. What is your pumpkin doing outside by the front door? Why is it not in here where I can look at it?
To invite everybody to have a little bit of the holiday spirit. I mean, we had it in here, but obviously the afternoon guys took offense to it. So
no, they didn't.
They moved it to the table.
You get your feelings.
They moved it to the desk out there.
Come on, but Brian just said it's okay to be in here. He gave the okay.
Oh, Brian said it's all right?
He's the one that moved it.
I'll go get it. I'll be right back.
That would require physical effort, so I didn't do it.
The latest odds on the national championship this year are out. The Buckeyes are at number 1, plus 350, if you'd like to put a place a bet on that. Alabama's actually up to second, plus 600. Hold off on that one. Miami plus 800. Indiana. I'm going to tell you what, Glenn, I don't know if you saw Indiana. Either one of you guys have seen Indiana. They can play. I was impressed. Plus 900. This is hard for me to understand how Indiana can be so good.
The guys brought them in, and
he coaches them up. If I'm Penn State, that's my first. I guess it's. What do y'all hear? Matt Rule, Nebraska, he played there.
Matt Rule's kind of the leader in the clubhouse, if you will, and he hasn't kind of denied anything. I mean, look, he played there. He's got a great relationship with the AD.
Then they work together at Temple or somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, and I think he'd do a good job. He's done a good job at Nebraska.
what do they do? They like, hey, we got to make this thing happen like now. Does he quit in the middle of the year and go to Penn State?
Well, then you're going to have...
It's never happened before because everything is happening different now.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, too. All these people from Penn State, all these players can jump now because...
That's what I'm saying. But if he goes there, he can stop from that happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a case, and I don't even know if there's rules on this. I don't think it'd be a case where he'd actually technically assume the head coaching role during the season, but he could leave and go there. I mean, that's not unprecedented in college sports history.
Right.
I mean, famously in basketball, Bill Frieder was the head coach of the University of Michigan. He took job at Arizona State going into the NCAA tournament. Bo Schembechler said, you're not finishing out the year. I want a Michigan man
After
here.
he said
They won the national championship.
And he said, I'm going to finish your end. And Bo goes, no, I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
So, I mean, it could happen that Rule could leave Nebraska in the middle of the year, but I don't even know if it's legal, but I don't think I've ever heard of a case where somebody would coach for two separate teams in the same year.
The way everything's set up now, I would, if I knew I was going to want to go back home, I'm going back to school I played at, I'd go ahead and do it.
But
I would.
And then Manny Diaz's name sneaks in there too.
Yeah, and Manny would be honestly pretty good. I mean, he's done all right. He didn't have a great run at Miami, but he did a great job as Penn State's defensive coordinator, setting up a lot of what they've done. He's done a good job at Duke.
If I'm Wisconsin, I might would call James Franklin. I mean, they hadn't officially fired Lou. He's the next. We got the betting odds on that too, somewhere in here. He's Big Ten. He's got experience in the SEC.
I was going to say, I mean, could Arkansas call it? But I still think Arkansas is going with Petrino. I think that's been the fact that they allowed him as interim to fire people tells me he's going to get that job.
And then
I think they want him.
Well, in his contract, he can't ride motorcycles. So I mean, that's it.
I thought it says he has to ride by himself. I got to read the small print in that, Glenn. Come on, man. Anyway, Georgia plus 1,000 is the next one. They're fifth.
Well, it depends on what zebras go with them.
Yeah, no doubt. Oregon was next. Well, actually, Oregon was tied with 1,000. So those two were tied. Fifth, the fifth place.
I was a little disappointed in Oregon as I was impressed with Indiana.
Yeah.
And
they were home too. I just thought the travel over there, and you see what happened. You saw what happened in Michigan. Texas A&M is 6 plus 1,400, and then the Texas Longhorns. Is Texas back? Is Texas back? Do they got all their problems straightened out? They've only got one loss in the SEC. They can't afford another one.
They're back in the sense that they've stopped the reeling.
Yeah.
Now, are they going to continue to improve the rest of the season?
They can't lose another game unless we see a lot of losing. Then maybe 9-3 teams get in.
You could have some 9-3 teams come in there because the way it's going right now with the parity that's going on, people are getting beat.
What did they have last week? Like 8 teams lost that I think in the top 25, something like that. The top 8 a couple weeks ago, half them lost. This week,
I'll say this: the more and more the poll becomes dominated by SEC and Big Ten, the more you're going to see multiple ranked teams lose because they're all playing each other now.
Right.
I mean, so when you have 10 SEC teams ranked, you're probably going to have 3 or 4 lose every week because they're all right.
There's going to be a lot of losses this week.
A little cannibalism, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful, outstanding, great sponsors that we absolutely love. If you're in Lynn Haven today, there's only one place you want to go. That's Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat's the city commissioner over there. Does an incredible job. But what I love about Pat going there, the type of people he hires, the way he trains them, they treat you like family. They never have a bad day. You want to lose a customer for good, you go into the establishment and they treat you poorly, people remember those things. People remember kindness. Those people are always friendly at Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. The food's outstanding. They do a great job. TV's everywhere. Great atmosphere. This is the place to go watch college and NFL ball games. There's games on. And then Mosley's playing. Go have your pregame meal there. Head on over to the beach and have a great time. You want to have a big party, and they do this, and Pat makes sure they'll take care of you. You want a bunch of wings. I'm talking a lot. Big order of wings. You call and tell him, say, look, Pat, this is what I need. He'll say what time you want to pick them up. They'll be ready for your party.
You keep forgetting the onion rings to go.
Wildcat, everything there's outstanding. Love Pat.
Plenty of parking, no traffic.
No traffic. Now, if you already went on the beach, obviously the day to go is J. Michael's. The world-famous J. Michael's spaghetti will be packed out. They had some fall breaks in different places. I guess it was Georgia, I think. I want to think it was Georgia. But Jay Michaels has been packed out almost every day at lunchtime. Of course, the food's outstanding. Today is world famous Jay Michaels Spaghetti. They got the best burgers, the best steaks, the best pork chops, and the biggest you'll ever see. And the seafood's incredible. Yes. But that's Jay Michaels Spaghetti is the best you'll ever get. They only do it for lunch and dinner on Wednesday. Go check it out. We might be down there around 11 o'clock today.
Yep.
Phil, if you're listening, that means we won't be there. It's friend day, Phil. It's friend day. Don't come.
I tell you, I saw Phil in Publix.
Yeah. I saw him. I saw him enough. My left ear hurt. You were there one day, right?
Yeah.
He showed up the next day when Ed Strickland and I had lunch.
Oh, God.
Ed goes, he told me the same story he tells me every time I see him. It took an hour. I said, I know. He gets lost. Wildcat, we're over in Lynn Haven at Beef Braised Eating, and we got to go see Russ and Amber.
71 days until Christmas. 71 days till Christmas.
Where are they located?
They are located at 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Glenn, what do you get me? Don't give me a ring.
Okay.
Can't have one of those.
Nose ring?
No.
He'd look good in
I like necklaces.
Pearl earrings.
We get back. We got a state. Well, not many people can say they have this in their county. We have a state championship football coach, Jeremy Brown. Who knows? He might add to get a second state championship. Bay High School, Bay Day, Eugene, Glen, Bay, Manly. Right here on 104. I'm going to move that rock off the field to the little pebble they got there. I went and looked at it. They said it was big, like a little pebble.
I know,
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
On the next Thursday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers and the 4-1 Steelers are at the 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals.
Rodgers on the move, directing traffic, throws! Touchdown!
Thursday Night Football coverage starts at 6:30 from Paycor Stadium. Kickoff at 7:15 on your home for the NFL on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 84 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and cool near 68. Sunny and 83 tomorrow. 81 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Friday. Saturday sunshine and a temperature about the same at 83. This is your Wednesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
In a world full of noise, one name cuts through it all.
Amplify AI.
We help HVAC, plumbing, and home service pros get found fast. More leads, more calls, more results. This ain't just marketing. It's AI-powered performance.
Amplify AI.
Hear the roar.
Call Lee at 850-299-1269. Amplify AI.
That bear ain't just for show. When he played football, helmets had not been invented yet. Players played both sides, and quarterbacks weren't afraid of needles. It's the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. We promise you, we deliver. We got a state championship high school football coach in this county. His name's Jeremy Brown. Everywhere he's been, he's built championship quality football teams. Now, he took over Bay. He took it to the top of the world. This is going to be, the second year in a row, district playoffs. Hopefully this year we'll get a home game.
3 out of 4, Coach.
3 out of 4.
He's won 3 out of 4, yeah.
Well, thank you for reminding me.
I just want to let you know.
Thank you, sir.
Go Marlins.
Loyalty Coaching counts.
That was low. You know what?
Fight with you
That-
right now? What's going on?
Loyalty.
You know what? I'm rooting there. Anyway, great job by Bay. They beat West Florida. What a game. What, I thought it was 38-37. Let's bring him on right now and let him tell us what happened. Good, Coach Jeremy Brown, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning?
We couldn't be better. Well, I could have been better if Glenn opened his mouth. But tell us what happened. That game was incredible, man.
Coach, man, it was unreal. We, hats off to West Florida, man. Coach Summerford, he had those guys ready to play. They played a really good game. We were kind of flat coming off the open week. Traveling, not having school that day. Kids were kind of seemed to be kind of out of sync, even though we tried to do everything we could to keep them in a normal routine. And we didn't execute very well on offense on the first half. It was 7-0 at halftime, and back midway through the third quarter, man, the kids decided that okay, well we'll start playing now. And because it was the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. I mean, it was we were down 16 with 1:54 left and tied it up and won it in overtime. I mean, it was just. Wow. We had a game like that when I was at Mosley. We played Gulf Breeze my second year, and we scored 14 points in like 28 seconds and beat them. And they called it the Mosley Miracle. And this one Friday night was eerily similar. You know what I mean? You sit there and you think, okay, this thing's out of reach. You know what I mean? As a coach, you sit there and say, okay, how are we gonna use this? How are we gonna bounce back? And then all of a sudden, the kids make a few plays, and you look up there and you're like, holy cow, we got a chance to get this ball back and score and tie it up. We had a feeling that if we got to overtime at that moment, the kids would figure out how to get a win just because of how we lost the Madison game, and kind of we learned some. They learned some stuff as players. I learned some stuff as a coach, and we didn't make the same mistakes in overtime. We were lucky to get the win.
Wow. It's pretty nice when you don't play well and you still win a football game. That's a good sign.
Every time, though, it looked like every time, part of the first half, every time you had a big play, there was a flag come flying out of there. So.
Yeah, we had three touchdowns called back. And you look back on film, two of them were good calls. We had a lineman downfield. It's not like he was 2 or 3 yards downfield. A couple of times he was about 8 yards downfield. Just stuff like that. But even defensively, we played really well on defense. We actually showed the guys the film on Monday, but Coach, we had 7 plays on defense where we just lined up wrong, where we had at least one guy line up wrong, and 4 of those were touchdowns. But that's stuff you tell the kids, like, hey, stand for lineman assignment. You got to line up right. That's half the battle. And so, we'll continue coaching. But the kids, man, we were real proud of the kids because when we got down, they didn't start arguing. They didn't start fighting. They didn't start quitting. They didn't start pointing fingers. We just got them together as coaches and said, hey, guys, all you can do in these situations is just keep playing football. Just keep playing, and good things will happen to you. And they did.
Give us as many names as you can. Who's some of these leaders on this football team?
Yeah, we felt like we felt like Friday night. We were down 3 starters on offense, which so we had some. Javon Bowden really stepped up Friday night. Felt like he probably played his best game of his high school career. I think he had 7 catches for like 127 yards and a couple touchdowns. Amari Johnson played really well again. Zay at quarterback, didn't play well early, but found a way in the second half and really made some plays with his leg. Offensively, those guys, felt like those guys, kind of DJ Davenport, guys just kind of making plays when they're to be made. Defensively, we felt like Hayden Garrett, TJ Davis, and Bryce Hughes, all 3 of those guys had double-digit tackles. They played really well. I think Hayden had 4 tackles for loss. TJ had like 5 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. And, defensively, those edge guys and that one guy in the middle. And then our 2 interior linemen, defensive linemen, we tell them all the time, sometimes as a defensive tackle, you can play your absolute best game and not make a lot of tackles just because you're doing your job and you're demanding double teams. And Hayden Lowry and Prentice Grant did the best job of that Friday night that they've done, and it really paid off for us.
Coach, we got Walton coming up Friday, senior night. They're sitting right there with 2 and 5, so don't let them sneak up on you.
Yeah, that's one of those scary 2-5s. I mean, it's not like, they played they play a tough schedule. They played Pensacola Catholic really close last week. Coach Lindsay and those guys, man, they do a great job, and they've got an unbelievable staff. I was telling my coaches in the meeting on Sunday, they've got, Coach Lindsay is the head coach. Coach Jordan, Greg Jordan, is one of the assistant coaches. Harry Lees is one of the assistant coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got 3 or 4, not just former head coaches, but former head coaches that have played in championship games. And then, their defensive coordinator, Coach Clark, Chopper Clark, man, he does a phenomenal job, man. Coach with him that 1 year that I was over there, and he does a phenomenal job getting the kids prepared, and they play hard for him. And so, it'll be a battle, because the one thing, I was talking to Pork Chop, Shane Christian. I was talking to him on the phone yesterday, and he was asking about who we played, and I said, man, we played Walton County. He was like, oh, my gosh, I remember them back when we played. He said, one thing when you play Walton County, your head was going to hurt after the game, because those kids always hit. It's been that way ever since I was in school.
Yeah, you go
those kids over there play hard, and, they play physical, they'll strike you.
Yeah, you go all the way back to Coach Webb, for Walton. When they was just Walton County. But I'm going to pick at you a little bit, Coach. I went to see my boys in Springfield, and first day I got there, they named a practice field after me. And the second day, they gave me all the gear. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm loaded with Springfield stuff now.
Well, we gotta get on the stick now. We're behind.
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're getting ready to put him down.
Hey, listen, I write checks to him, so I'll be all right. So, but yeah, and then we'll have to stock up on some more of those illegal Pepsis for
Victory punch.
That's right.
Hey, let me ask you about Walton. What do they do on defense? They play those corners off. They play man. What do they give you? What do they give you? What looks they give you?
They'll go 2 high, 1 high. They'll play a version of like cover 4, but we call it 4 up, where most times in cover 4 you line up at 8 and bail. They'll line up at 4 to kind of take the hitch, the short game away from you, and then bail. But they'll also play some loose man. They do a good job moving their outside linebackers and safeties around and giving you different looks. Our biggest question with them right now is, what front are they gonna kind of hang their hat on Friday night? Because Coach Clark's always been even when I was over there, he was more of a odd front.
Yeah.
But this past Friday against Catholic, they were a little bit more even front, and I think that's because Catholic tried to spread you out. So it'll be interesting early to see which front we get.
Yeah, how do you feel like you match up with them?
Coach, I feel like we match up with them really well. We're hoping to get one of our starting linemen. We're hoping to get him back this week. Which is gonna help. Then we have another one that's got dealing with an ankle injury, so he may be out. But we feel like physically, athletically, we feel like we match up with them, really well. We keep telling our kids every week, guys, you get to this point of the season, it's our biggest competition is us, and it starts at practice. You know what I mean? Just not getting, we talked to them yesterday just about, what it means to be comfortable, and you guys know as an athletics, as an athlete, comfortable usually equals bad. You know what I mean? If you get comfortable, you stop taking care of the things that really that matter, you know what I mean? From the locker room to hanging your clothes up in your lockers to executing in practice, just effort, your focus. Like one thing, the thing that kills you in sports is getting comfortable. And we just hope guys don't get comfortable these last 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Come every day with that championship mentality, and we feel like if we can do that, we give ourselves a chance every week.
I can't believe that the season's just flown by. I mean, we're week 9? There's 11 weeks of the season, something like that. I can't believe how fast it's gone by.
Yeah, it seemed to go by really. It did seem to go by really fast this year. That's for sure.
No doubt. Well, Coach, we certainly appreciate you coming on. Keep up the great work. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Okay.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of the week.
You too, man.
See you.
Great job. Yeah. Bay High School. Bay Day, I tell you what, that football team's doing really well. Get out and support them. They'll be at Tommy Oliver Friday night versus Walton. I'm putting my money on Bay again.
Yeah.
I think Bay's going to be done.
So, senior night, get out there and watch them.
A lot of good football games being played. The championship game Thursday night, Rutherford versus Bozeman. Big, huge football game there. And then on Panama City Beach, Arnold versus Mosley. And they don't love each other. That's two schools don't really see eye to eye. And Griff is back. Thank goodness. That's a big plus for Arnold.
Sure.
Right now, let's talk about some of our great people. We got so many. It's amazing. I will be down with my great friends from Missouri, Bill and Sue Solomon. We're going to head down to the Cajun Place around 11:30 for the early game, and we'll watch it. I think it's going to be Vandy and LSU on ABC. I think that is. Wear your LSU shirt down there. If you score a touchdown, get a free Jello shot. Now, you want to get there around 10 o'clock when they open up for brunch, do so. Get your favorite spot. And then the specials kick in at 11 o'clock on kickoff. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. You can't beat that anywhere. It's the cheapest meal, best meal out there. But they got all their other great food if you want something totally different. We had bread pudding the other day. It was incredible. I tell you, Rick does a great job over there. Jay and Trudy always giving back to the community. Now, on Sundays, the North Shore Jazz Band plays at 10 o'clock in the morning to 12. They're outstanding. Then the NFL games start. If you're a Saints fan, you got your shirt on, they score a touchdown, go ask, please, may I have my free Jello shot? They'll give it to you. Get down to the Cajun Place, wear your colors, have a great time, come say hello. That Cajun Place, Thomas Drive, beautiful Panama City Beach. Do you want to look better, feel better? We can make it happen for you. Jason Kowaleski, try it before you buy it. Pier Park, 23rd Street, can't beat it. Jason Kowaleski, listen to him every Tuesday and Friday right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I got to do one more. This man is a true legend. You'll see his shiny face, his shiny head, Friday night on the sidelines of Arnold Mosley. Dr. Chad Eugene Manley.
Mitchell.
Same thing. The guy is incredible. Chad's one of the first ones ever trained for robotic surgeries. Does an incredible job with that.
That's right.
Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And you don't have to be a great athlete. Just call, make an appointment. Chad will make sure he takes care of you. We'll be right back with Stevenson Air Conditioning. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
There's no possible way that a Pittsburgh Panther team could come in with a freshman quarterback to Doak Campbell Stadium and beat the Florida State Seminoles. It was horrendous.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive across from the Navy base.
And 10908 Front Beach Road.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fishing and leave stress in our wake. Feel the wind as we ride and a fish on the line. Reel in our first catch and feel the sun at our backs. It's get out on the water season. It's time to get on board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly. Get on board. Get on board.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Master, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN North Florida. It's Wednesday. It's 7:30. All you FSU people, you love him. You can't wait. Can't wait to see you guys. That group at Jay Michaels, they love Dr. Ward.
They do.
I don't know if we took him in there, how that would go. The man, the myth. This guy's the best doctor you can have anywhere. I was operated on down in Southwest Florida. Did not have a great experience down there. Came here, Dr. Ward's, I think, 3 times now. And he has done incredible. He is the best at what he does. Skin cancer can be deadly. 1 in 5 develop it. There's offices throughout Northwest Florida. If you're listening right now, there's an office near you. Let's bring him on right now. Dr. Ward, how you doing, sir?
Oh, having a great morning, fellas. How about you guys?
Great. Tell everybody where you're located. Where are your locations, sir?
You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Defuniak Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana. Give us a call at 233-3376 to make an appointment. 5 minutes is all it takes. Get checked head to toe and make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
Doc, I just looked on right break, and I meant to hit the save, and I didn't. It was some reporter that usually does NFL, but the word on the street that regardless of what happens this week, Billy Napier will be let go Sunday. Have you heard anything like that?
I saw the same tweet that you saw, and I'm hopeful that it's accurate.
Well, they do have an open date coming up, correct?
Yeah, we play Mississippi State on Saturday, open date, then the game against Georgia after that.
I think it might be true.
You know, what's funny is most years you would say playing Mississippi State would be an open date, but not this year.
Not this year. Doc, what surprised you in college football this past week? Give us a little rundown what you thought happened and your thoughts on it.
I thought the biggest surprise was Indiana beating Oregon. I thought Indiana showing that they were ready to compete for maybe a national title. I think that was surprising to me, given that they didn't really play anyone last year, and when they did play teams that were good, they did not do well. So that was a surprise. Another surprise, probably Texas beating Oklahoma in convincing fashion. Everyone was talking about Oklahoma's great defense, and it was actually Texas that had the better defense. I'll also say that Florida State losing to Pitt like they did. I thought that was pretty surprising as well.
Yeah. Well, did you watch the Auburn-Georgia game?
I watched a good portion of the Auburn-Georgia game, yes. And if I was an Auburn fan, I would be very upset about SEC officiating costing them 2 games this season.
Oklahoma.
I think Auburn has a very valid beef against the SEC officiating.
No doubt. And if you want to learn clapping techniques, Kirby will charge you, or maybe do it free. I loved that. Was crazy. You did well. You got back on track this past week with your picks. You were 8 of 13. The only one that did better was Brian beat us all. Brian was 9 of 13, him and Jim Brandt. So good job for you guys. Doc, this week, Mississippi State, Brian made a good point. In the past, you would think you could circle this as a win. They played extremely hard. I like their head football coach. I think he's done an outstanding job there. Let me go over a few stats before we let everybody make their picks today. Scoring offense, Florida Gators are 15th in the SEC, only 22 points a game. Mississippi State's 8th in the SEC, scoring 33. Scoring defense, they're both tied at 11. Both are giving up 19.8 a game. So if you look at just those 2 stats alone, advantage Mississippi State. But the game is being played in the swamp. So I think that's a big plus for the Gators. Total offense, Florida's 13th in the SEC. Mississippi State is 10th. Total defense, Florida Gators is 10th in the SEC, and I think their defense is outstanding, by the way. Mississippi State's 11th. Rush offense, Florida is 14th in the SEC. Mississippi State's 8th. Rush defense, Florida's 9th. Mississippi State's 15th. Passing offense, Florida's 12th. Mississippi State's 13th. Pass defense, Florida is 10th. Mississippi State's actually 4th, which is pretty good. So this sets up to be a hard-fought physical football game. What do you think happens? Do the Gators show up and win this one, or do we start letting the losses start building up?
I think that it's going to be a really tight, competitive game, but I do think that Florida probably wins because of home field advantage. You can't underestimate that that factor at the Swamp, and I'm thinking probably like a 7-point Gator win.
I was disappointed in Florida this past week. I thought the game would be a lot better. It started out pretty good. Lagway's inconsistent. Everything's inconsistent. I thought the defense would play a little bit better. Is A&M just that much better, or are they better than a lot of people think? I think they're ranked right now, 4th or 5th in the country.
I think A&M has shown that they're kind of a complete team. They play really good aggressive defense. Their defensive front has so far caused everyone a lot of trouble. And in their offense, can make plays. Florida actually did a decent job stopping their run game, and I think probably their only negative thing is the inconsistency of Marcel Reed. He missed some open receivers, and if he can get better, I think they're a national title contender for sure.
I agree with that also. They have all these different CBS, ESPN, Saturdays Down South, and I think 24/7 every week. And I look at every one of them too. They project where teams are going to play in bowl games. Saturdays Down South, I really like theirs. I think they maybe do one of the better jobs. They have Florida not even making a bowl game, and is there any way, and you look at the rest of the schedule, you see any way Florida can make a bowl game?
Florida has to win 4 more games. I think they could win. I think we're favored to win the Mississippi State game. I think we should win that game. You go to Georgia. And, Georgia's not I had high hopes for Georgia this season, but they're not the dominant team that they've been. I definitely think Georgia will be highly favored in that game, and we'll probably have a coaching change. So you got to favor Georgia there. Then we get Tennessee at home and Ole Miss away. It's going to be hard to pick off one of those games. I really think the only games left where I could see a Florida win is Mississippi State at home and Florida State at home.
Yeah.
And the Florida State one isn't a given.
Right.
It's just because they've lost 3 games in a row, and I think Mike Norvell's 44 now, and he hasn't won an ACC game since he was 42. So, if you can't win in the ACC, you probably aren't going to win an away game at the SEC. But, they could right the ship. You never know.
Yeah. Now, I think we're going to know a lot about Tennessee this week. I think Tennessee's, I won't shock me a bit, they beat Bama. I think Tennessee's pretty good. I watched that game. I quit watching it because they were up big, and then Arkansas got 2 late touchdowns. So we'll get more. I'll talk more about Tennessee here at 8 o'clock. All right, Doc, we got to take a break. When we get back, we're going to give Doc Ward, Brian, and Glenn's picks on this lineup this week, and there are some great football games. You're going to see some more ranked teams lose because everybody's playing each other. It's getting better and better every single week. We're more and more like the NFL. But, Doc, let's start out with you. Talk about skin cancer. How can we prevent it? How can we take care of ourselves?
So it's just really important when it's sunny out that you got your skin covered up with clothing or sunscreen. You know, if you've been sweating or you got in the water and you toweled off, just remember to reapply that sunscreen. And then if you see something that you're concerned about, don't wait. Get it checked out. Just call 233-3376. Come and see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations. In 5 minutes, we can look you over head to toe and make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
All it takes is 5 minutes can save your life. Let me tell you this guy does an unbelievable, I love him. The guy's incredible. They're local. You don't use anybody but Stevenson Air Conditioning. You got to get it serviced right before winter, right before summer to save money on your power bill. If you got an old one, you're going to eventually have to get rid of it. Go ahead and bite the bullet, but don't go national. Go local. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason graduated from Moseley High School. He starts a family business. He knocks a home run. They've expanded throughout Panhandle of Florida. They are incredible. Most honest, hardworking people out there. Stevenson Air Conditioning is number one. I've had so many of our clients here have gone with Stevenson Air Conditioning, and they're glad they have. I tell you, anytime you call them, they do what they say they're going to do. They show up on time. They do incredible work. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Love John. I love Charlotte. Always giving back to the community. Get out to one of the 4 newbies. Have a great time. Glenn's favorite place is over in St. Andrews, the Blue facility.
Be on the bay.
On the bay. Manly on the bay. I tell you what. But we all know Newbies School and Courage place. Go watch on NFL, college football. But head on down to the mothership. Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment for you every weekend. Again, 4 wonderful newbies in beautiful Bay County. Go check them out. Support them. They're always giving back to the community. Love John and Charlotte. Thank you so much for everything you do. Steve's Bike Shop. Steve does an incredible job. He's been a swim coach at Moseley. Steve Bertishaw. He's been in business since 1979. Electrical bikes are taking over the world. He's got a large selection of new and used. You can deal with him. There's no doubt about that. The old standard bikes, they got the best money can buy. If you got one you bought from a store and it's cheap, it tears down, take it down to Steve. They'll do a great job fixing it up for you. They're located on 23rd Street, right across the street from Sam's. Steve's Bike Shop. I mean, that's incredible. In business since 1979. We'll be right back with Dr. Ward, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got our picks. Get your pencil and pens out. Call Vegas and get ready. Here we go.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Wanted to be the voice of the Crimson Tide for more than 50 years. I finally am. Please don't get me fired.
But everybody wants to know, what's the difference? What is it like working for Saban and then working with Coach DeBoer?
Weekday morning, 7 to 9, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 84 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and cool near 68. Sunny and 83 tomorrow. 81 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Friday. Saturday sunshine and a temperature about the same at 83. This is your Wednesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
We're proud to bring you the most popular cars in the world, like the stylish Camry and the sporty Corolla. Get award-winning style and 1.99% APR on a new Camry, named the best new model by Kelley Blue Book. Plus, you get 90 days until you make your first payment. Curb appeal comes standard on the new Corolla. Designed to wow from the inside out. Get 3.49% APR plus 90 days until your first payment. Panama City Toyota, your Camry and Corolla headquarters. Offers end November 3rd. Visit PanamaCityToyota.com for details.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
for everything in the world of golf. It's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back. We're on 4.3 ESPN Northwest. Well, we have to go kind of quick today. I think I started too late. I ran my mouth too much. All right, Doc. Friday night game, Louisville at Miami. I wouldn't touch the point spread. They lost to a Virginia team that's pretty good. I think Louisville's going to make it this a ball game. Friday night, but it's at Miami. Who do you like, Dr. Ward?
I think Miami's got too much for Louisville. Miami wins.
Brian.
Miami wins. I don't think they cover just because, having that week off actually might be a bad thing for Miami.
Miami.
All right. Texas A&M at Arkansas. They put some points up against Tennessee.
A&M's got too much. Their defense is good. They're going to give all kinds of trouble to Arkansas. So I'm going A&M big.
I agree. Arkansas laid it on the line last week. They'll be a little more flat this weekend. A&M covers.
Who you got?
Yeah, A&M.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the other ones. Give me a second because we got to go quick on these. Washington at Michigan. Does Michigan get two losses in a row?
So I actually think that Michigan at home is going to win a really close game against Washington.
Okay.
I agree. Michigan gets right being back at home.
Michigan.
Michigan. Oregon at Rutgers. I think we all got Oregon.
Oregon.
Yep.
Okay. Penn State at Iowa. New coach.
I think Iowa is hard to play at home. I think there's going to be some drama with the coaching change. So I think Penn State's free fall continues.
Ooh.
I agree. Iowa scored points this year, and I think those players really liked Franklin. I think it's going to be a mess the rest of the year up there.
Yeah,
Iowa wins.
Yeah, Penn State doesn't have their quarterback either, so Iowa. Yeah.
Okay, good pick, all you. Ohio State, Wisconsin is going to get ugly. Everybody, Ohio State?
Yeah.
I think Fickle gets fired after this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we'll see 3 go down.
Fickle's in a pickle.
All right. And Hugh Freeze better beat Missouri. All right, SMU at Clemson. SMU at Clemson, Doc. Could this be a tricky one?
Clemson has righted the ship, and they're at home. I like Clemson.
Okay.
Doc's right, and this isn't the SMU team of a year ago.
Yeah, Clemson,
Okay. FSU, that long trip out west. Stanford, who you like?
I think this is a really tough game to pick because of the travel to Palo Alto, and 3 losses in a row. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Stanford here just because. I think it's fun to irritate the FSU fans.
You're not irritating me.
So, ironically, Stanford's 2-4 on the year, 2 wins at home, 4 losses on the road, but they're really just not very good. I'm going to stay with FSU, but it's not going to be a dominant performance.
Who you got, Glenn?
Well, listen, I'm going to take FSU, but I'm kind of like Doc. Who knows?
All right, this is a big game. I think Vandy is actually favored, or was.
They're favored 2.5.
At Vandy, LSU, so what? It's at Vandy, doesn't matter. What do you think, Doc? Does Vandy pull it off?
So I've watched LSU, and they have a great defense, but their offense is horrendous. So the defense will travel. Offense is not going to score a lot of points, and I think Pavia presents a problem to a lot of defenses. I think Vanderbilt wins a really close game against LSU, low scoring.
All right, here we go.
I just haven't. I keep thinking LSU's going to turn the corner, and they just haven't. And Vandy is just playing with great confidence. Clark Lee doesn't seem to be in the Penn State mix as much, so they're going to feel better about that. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I like Vandy.
Wow.
Yeah, me too. I like Vandy.
Unbelievable. Y'all, that's crazy. All right. Oklahoma at South Carolina. Do they like that 1 loss turn into 2 losses? Does South Carolina bounce back? Who you like, Doc?
I actually like South Carolina at home. John Mateer with his injury is not the same quarterback he was before the injury, and I don't know if Oklahoma can score enough points to win. So I'm going to take South Carolina.
South Carolina fired their offensive line coach. They got to have a new one there this week. Maybe that sparks them. Who you like?
I agree. I like South Carolina here. I think they rushed Mateer back for no reason. I mean, I understand why they tried it, but it was a terrible idea, and I think it's going to have them reeling the rest of the year.
Yeah. And then next week, they got Alabama at 2:30. All right, who you like, Doc? I mean,
Dr. Glenn? I like South Carolina also.
Wow. Texas at Cupcake. Texas at Kentucky. Texas at Kentucky. Doc,
Man, oh, man. The abuse I have to take.
Hand Arch the Heisman, 2 wins in a row. He's back on the hype train.
Yeah, there you go.
The line seems low in this at 12.5. You would think
Should be
Texas
50.
be bigger, but no, I like Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Nobody likes Kentucky. Come on. Or anybody from there. Oh, sorry, Rocket. Ole Miss. This is the big one. Let's come back to this one. Now, let's go ahead and do it. Ole Miss at Georgia. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a heck of a football game. Ole Miss didn't look good last week. They're going to look a lot better this week. Georgia was lucky to survive at Auburn for a half. Who you like?
So,
to
some degree, I agree with you that Ole Miss probably was looking ahead to this game when they played Washington State, but they looked bad against Washington State.
They did,
and they're playing in Georgia between the hedges. We already know the SEC officiating crew loves Kirby Smart, loves Georgia. I think Georgia gets the win, gives Ole Miss their first loss.
This is the most interesting matchup because Georgia's the best in the country at adjusting at halftime, and Kiffin's the hardest coach in the world to adjust against. If Ole Miss hadn't gotten them last year, I think they'd have a better chance. I think Kirby's had this game circled for a while, but I don't think Georgia's covering 7.5. That line looks too big to me.
You got them winning?
I got them winning, but a tight game.
I'm gonna take Ole Miss. So
Glenn, I think Glenn's on to something.
Yeah.
All right, Mississippi State at your Florida Gators. What's going to happen, Doc? You said Florida's going to win this one.
I think Florida's going to win by a touchdown. The swamp is too big of a advantage. Mississippi State just doesn't have the depth to compete for all 4 quarters.
Mississippi State's running back is doubtful, and he's big for that offense. Plus, I would like to see Florida's injury report because they've been pretty banged up too. But if Florida can run the ball, they're going to beat Mississippi State.
Florida?
Yeah.
Glenn?
Florida.
Got Florida. Okay. The big one. Hugh Freeze, huge game for Hugh Freeze. I think he has to win this ball game. They were favored. I think it's flipped now. I think Missouri now.
Missouri by 1.5.
Yeah, so it opened up with Auburn. Mm-hmm. Doc, this is interesting. What's going to happen here? They had their captain, the running back. He started week 1. He was the captain of the team. He's been kicked off the team. Players like him. What's going on at Auburn? Do they bounce back, or is Hugh Freeze, is this it?
Remind me where the game's being played?
At Auburn.
At Auburn.
At night game.
Man, that's going to be it's going to be tough for Missouri to go into Jordan here and win, especially coming off of the loss last weekend.
Two starters on defense for Missouri won't play the first half. Targeting.
Yeah. But all at the same time, like Auburn could be like, the wheels could be coming off there too. So I mean, it's a really tough game to pick. I'm gonna go with Auburn just because I like home teams.
Ryan,
I'll be honest. I like Missouri. I thought they were a really good team. Honestly, to me, their weakest link is everybody thinks is Pribula. I think he's their weakest link. He's too loose with the football. They're a good team. I think only one of the guys is out the first half. Yeah, I think that's right. But I'm telling you, if you're Auburn, at what point can you have a hard time getting up for another big game when you keep feeling like you're being robbed? You can't. I think mentally they're just. I think they're fatigued.
Yeah,
and I'm going with Missouri.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know I'm going for the Tigers.
War Eagle, baby.
Yeah.
War Eagle. I think that's it. Is that it? Give me one more. All right. I think there's one we didn't pick. Oh, Tennessee at Alabama. Doc, who you got? Tennessee, Alabama.
Yeah,
rival game.
This is a game where I think Alabama really shines. I think it's a great matchup for them. It's in Tuscaloosa. I think Alabama dominates Tennessee.
Wow.
I would have agreed, and I still think Alabama matches up well with Tennessee, but man, we got a lot of guys banged up last week, and that worries me a little bit. So I want to see the injury report for sure. I'll say Bama wins, but doesn't cover.
Bama at home.
Bama at home. Yeah, Bama's beat up, man. And that Tennessee's offense can give people fits where that scheme he runs. All right, Doc, let's give everybody one more chance to get up with you. Skin cancer can be deadly. Where are you located? How do we make an appointment? What do we have to do?
Just give us a call at 233-3376. All it takes is 5 minutes to get checked head to toe to make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free. You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Defuniak Springs, Bonifay, Mariana, Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, or Santa Rosa Beach.
All right, Doc, we'll talk to you next Wednesday. Appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us. Talk to you next week, Doc. Thank you.
Later, guys.
All righty.
All right, let's talk about some more of our wonderful people. Dr. Ward is incredible. Love that guy. Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick came in yesterday, did a great job. Listen to him every Monday. Around 8 o'clock, 8:30. He's been coming in earlier and earlier, which is, that's fine. That's perfect. Turf Pro Pest Control, you want your yard to look beautiful. You don't want to have to deal with bugs in the house and all that kind of stuff. He can take care of both of those. You talking about local? Yeah, he's local. His beautiful daughter is a cheerleader at Mosley High School. She was on the homecoming court. Beautiful wife. Patrick's average looking, but everybody else in the family is really good looking. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Guy's incredible. Also, Kyle Vandegrift. You talking about local family, legendary family, mother, father, should be in the Bay County Hall of Fame. They're incredible people. Touch so many lives in positive ways. You can't measure what they have done, but their kids are great. Kyle does a great job. Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. Now, they can design and build almost anything, commercial, residential, doesn't matter. But if you're looking for just for a roof, go Vandy Roofing, go local. You'll be glad you did. Listen to Kyle. He'll be here Friday. He was actually out of the country this past weekend.
He was doing great things.
Yeah, he was. We'll ask him about that when we see him. And, of course, Manly Supplies. Glenn does a great job. He's local. His supply company is knocking out the ballpark. If you're looking for pleasure,
all your distillery needs.
If you're looking for pleasure, call Glenn. We'll be right back. 104.3
agricultural importation.
A lot of fertilizer. Right back.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
You can't fix stupid, but you can divorce it.
The new Sports Blitz. Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming.
And on behalf of 70% of the Alabama fan base,
Feel the burn.
we want a damn divorce.
The Red 70s studio line.
You cannot give LSU extra opportunities.
850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
He has not turned the ball over.
Get in the game.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 84 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and cool near 68. Sunny and 83 tomorrow. 81 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Friday. Saturday sunshine and a temperature about the same at 83. This is your Wednesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
For exciting college football, the best boiled seafood, and the most game day fun, it's Lone Star Boil House. Watch the games on their huge Jumbotron. Challenge your friends to beer pong, cornhole, and oversized Connect 4 in their new adult lounge. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for incredible wings, the best boiled seafood, and a new breakfast menu. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9. Crush the follow on Facebook to catch huge game day specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Time to let the big dogs eat.
How about that answer by Georgia? To the end zone, touchdown, Georgia!
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason does a great job. Locals taking care of locals. Get it serviced right before winter, right before summer. You'll be glad you did. It saves you money on your power bill. If you're looking for a new one, there's only one place to look. Go local. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. Hey, sir, do you like Tennessee?
Just say what you've been saying, man. Why do you hate Tennessee?
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's Tennessee. And I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches. And I hate Philip. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. And I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck worker convention. And I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man.
Describe what you feel about their colors, too. I thought that was interesting.
It reminds me, and it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. See, Tennessee's colors is that throw-up orange. It's not that orange that you can sit with. It's that puke inside of a pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they losers. They sore losers because they're not Alabama, and I hate Tennessee, man.
Happy Tennessee Hate Week.
What's he really trying to say there?
Alabama football kickoff 6:30.
Throw up
ABC
inside a pumpkin.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Tennessee rolls in there. They got a good ball club. ESPN's matchup predictor, which they throw all the computers in there, which I don't think is worth a darn. But they got Tennessee giving them only a 27.3 chance to beat Bama. Tennessee's going to give Bama all they want. Tennessee hadn't beat Alabama since October 25th. 2003 in Tuscaloosa. Nick Saban never lost a game there. He did on the road. I think it's last year. I want to break down offensive scoring. Alabama ranks number 6 in the SEC. Alabama's averaging 34 points a game, 34.8. Tennessee's number 1. Matter of fact, Tennessee's nation scoring is number 1 in the nation. Tennessee's averaging 48.1 points, 48 points a game. Scoring defense, Alabama's 7th in the SEC, giving up 17 points. Tennessee's defense, if they have a problem, it's on the defense side of the ball. They actually rank last in the SEC. They're giving up 29 points a game. So you would think big advantage Alabama's offense because their offense is pretty good. Total offense, Alabama ranks 7th in the SEC. Bama's offense is good. I love the coordinator. I think he's outstanding. Bama's averaging 431 yards a game. Tennessee's offense is even better. Matter of fact, Tennessee's offense is number 1 in the SEC, one of the tops in the entire country. They're averaging 527 yards a game. I don't like men down on their knees when I'm doing something. Number 1 defense.
Family show.
Total defense. Alabama is 4th in the SEC on total defense. They allow 292 yards a game. Here we go with Tennessee. Tennessee's defense allows, which is ranked 14th in the SEC out of 16 teams. They allow almost 400 yards, 393 yards a game. So you would think Bama's going to be able to move the football. Rushing offense, Alabama's not very good. They're 12th in the SEC. Miller is probably out. Who knows? He was not completely out of the game versus Missouri, and I tell you what, he is definitely the best running back we got. I really like that kid. Once he got back healthy, he made our team better. But rushing the ball, Alabama only rushes in pitiful 126 yards a game. Tennessee's third in the SEC. They spread you out with formations across the field. And if you get the second, you got some type of form of cover 2 or something like that, you got people spread all over the field, and they gut it up the middle, and they get big-time gains. So Alabama's defense going to play really well. But Tennessee's rush offense is averaging third in the SEC. They average 210 yards. Rush defense, Alabama's 13th. That's our weakness. We don't give up. We give up too many rushing yards. We got to get better. We got to do a better job tackling. We're 13th in the SEC. We're giving up 156 yards a game. Tennessee's 10th in the SEC, giving up yards, 136 yards a game. Pass offense, Alabama is actually third in the SEC, 304 yards a game. Ty Simpson's tearing it up right now. Got to keep him healthy, got to keep him clean. Tennessee's actually number 1 in the SEC, and they're way up there in the national rankings. They're throwing for 317 yards. Pass defense, believe it or not, Bama's actually second. And number 1 has been getting us killed every single game. Warmack just announced, I think it was yesterday, they're going to demote him. How he started, and I'm not being ugly towards the young man. Maybe he's injured. I don't know, but I've watched every game. If you're going to pick on anybody, they're going to pick on our number 1. Not very well against run support, not very well in coverage. Gets confused, seems like quite easily. I just found out he won't be starting. I think that, and I hate to say that, I hate to be negative towards anything, but that's a good thing. Pass defense, Alabama's second in the SEC, giving up 135 yards a game. Tennessee's actually the worst in the SEC, giving up 257 yards. So you look at all this, and you think, we can score points, and we're going to have to. I think we can't settle for field goals. We have got to score touchdowns in the red zone. We've got to keep our quarterback clean. If we start getting sacks, we're going to be in trouble. But if we can keep him stand straight up, we don't turn the ball over, we don't get stupid penalties, we're going to be in this ball game. It's a rival game. It's going to be a low score. It's going to be a close game. I'm not saying low scoring. It's going to be a close football game. What's the point spread now? 7.5?
Let's see.
I think it's 7.5.
Yes, Alabama minus 7.5. Over-unders is 58.5, so they're expecting some points.
Yeah, I think it'll be points scored. I just don't know if I touch the point spread. That's just me. You guys might feel more comfortable with that.
To me, it's about can Tennessee run the ball, because I actually like our pass defense, and I think we can bait Aguilar into some bad throws. I mean, he has had 5 picks this year, but if they can run the ball and set things up, that's when our safeties pinch down and we get into trouble occasionally. So what
really screws you up when the way they throw the ball, you got to take away the slants. You got to if you can't play man coverage every play against them, they'll kill you. Well, if the quarterback can hit it, they go doubles on each side. They got guys right by the sidelines, which if you're in any kind of cover 4, cover 2, whatever you want to call it, that means there's 6 people outside the box. They hit up in the middle, they get past the linebackers, they got a big play. They're going to have a big play.
Well, if you watch, too, like our edge guys are so aggressive, they get up the field so fast, they actually are creating running lanes. Like, if we just kind of bull rushed and kind of clogged things up, I think we'd be significantly better against the run. Now, you don't want to tell a guy not to get after the quarterback, but I saw that a lot against Missouri. Yeah, they would get out of position.
We used to be the best in the country, especially when Kirby coached there, of getting up and not getting up.
Well, we would over-pursue a lot last week and get out of our lanes and things.
All right, Alabama's offense versus Tennessee defense, you got to give the advantage to Bama if they play like they've been playing. We got good playmakers. We got people banged up with them, but I guess just about everybody is. And Brian pointed out, Tennessee's quarterback, 5 interceptions on the season. He's averaging, every time they complete a pass to Tennessee, they average 9.2 yards, which is outstanding. That is a great deal right there. Think he's a 64% passer. That's pretty dang good. You won't get 70, but that's good. He was picked off 2 times versus Georgia. I think he was picked off 2 times against Arkansas also. Tennessee's defense gave up 44 points in that ball game against Georgia. That game was at home. So hopefully Bama's offense can roll, and they're going to have to. And Bama get this win, their offense is going to have to play.
Here's the thing, though. Tennessee has given up, other than the ETSU game, They've given up at least 24 points against everybody. That includes UAB, who's fired their coach, Syracuse. They gave up 41 to Georgia, 34 to Mississippi State, 31 to Arkansas. So there are points to be had.
And going against Mississippi State, he was picked off twice. That game was on the road. He picked off twice. Again, they gave up 34 points. That was an overtime win for Tennessee. Tennessee offense, I think, is good. Tennessee, now, they control the clock, and we don't tackle well. They may be plays in the running game. We'll be talking different about this on Monday. Do I feel good about this game? No, I never feel good about about a game with this team, with any team. Everybody's got players. Anybody can beat anybody.
But we all know the only thing that matters is, will Coach DeBoer wear the black hoodie of death?
That's the key. I think he'll wear it. I'm pretty sure. Now,
there's no doubt he's going to wear it.
I want you to look at something. If you can pull up the weather for Tuscaloosa on Saturday night,
I can.
This could be a factor. There's a chance. This cold front coming through there, you can have some high winds, rain. That affects the passing attack, especially if it's really windy. So I'm hoping it's absolutely beautiful on Saturday night.
I'm going to two apps here. One says 82 degrees, partly cloudy, but now I doubt that's at 6:30.
Yeah, you can break it.
Let's see.
One I'm going to show you by the times. Alabama's offense should be able to move the football, no doubt about that. Hopefully. You never know.
Let's see. Tuscaloosa, Alabama on Saturday. Saturday night. Ooh, scattered thunderstorms. Chance of rain 60%. Winds 8 miles an hour out of south-southwest. 60% chance.
Too bad.
And 66 degrees. So likely some rain. It's windy during the day. It lightens up a little bit at night, but
yeah. See, that could. Now, here's one thing. Tennessee's defense, listen to this, 1 in every 10 passes. Every in 110 passes, the opponents pick up 20-plus yards. So Bama can throw the football. So you would think we feel pretty good about this.
I just think Tennessee right now, they're just going to outscore. They're betting on outscoring. That's like any other game, but they're saying they're going to give up points, but they're going to.
But that's what I wonder. They're going to want to jump on Alabama early, but I don't think they can do it by coming straight out of the gate with big passing plays. I think if Heupel can come into this and set up the pass through the run, I think he's got a shot. But if he tries to go for it too early, I think they're going to turn the ball over, because the run is the key to me. If they can run the ball effectively against Alabama, they're going to give them trouble. But he's going to want to jump on them early, so how does that balance?
We got to come out of the gates ready to go, but the board's asked everybody to make it the loudest stadium in the country, and they will. People, I've been to those games. This is a big game. Bama people show out on this one. A night game in Tuscaloosa. I wish I could be there for that one, but I'm glad I'm not going down with the rain.
Tell them to cut down on the profanity.
I cannot.
Well, the nice thing is everybody in the SEC learned how to properly, call a timeout now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or clap.
Glad you know how to clap.
You get free timeouts now in the SEC.
Let's talk about some of our great people. I want to thank Stevenson Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. Brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning, anytime, day or night. They are incredible. They actually tell you they're going to be there. They're going to be there, and they're going to be on time. They do a great job. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Go local. Go local. Graduated from Mosley High School. The guy is incredible. No doubt about that. Also, let's talk about some of our wonderful, outstanding people. J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. We are back on Wednesdays. They're world famous J. Michael Spaghetti lunch and dinner. Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. We'll be down there today around 11 something. Come check it out. Phil, we'll be somewhere else. Anyway, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Also, Russ and Amber over there. Love them. How many more days to Christmas?
71 days until Christmas.
Santa Claus is coming.
So take advantage if you need some money for Christmas. They are buying your silver and gold jewelry. So
where's that located?
Where?
830 Highway 77. 830 Highway 77.
Come on, we're running late. It's a 2-hour show. You're running long. We'll be right back. We get back. We're going to split it up. We're going to talk about FSU, their troubles that they're having. Auburn's having troubles. Then at 8:30, we'll talk to Mark McLeod. Hell, they're having trouble. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 84 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and cool near 68. Sunny and 83 tomorrow. 81 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Friday. Saturday sunshine and a temperature about the same at 83. This is your Wednesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they will get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
The Angel House Bereavement Center invites you to the Cal G Squires inaugural golf tournament at Bay Point. Tee off Friday morning on October 31st to support Angel House, a 501c3 nonprofit helping children, adolescents, and adults struggling with the pain of life-altering loss. This will be a special day with costumes, prizes, and lunch from Abram Seafood. To sign up or get more information, go to the Angel House Bereavement Center Facebook page or angelhousebci.org.
College football isn't life and death. It's much more important than that. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Martha, Kitty, James, Jenna. Let's take this phone call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How you doing? Who is this?
This is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
From Panama City.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, listen, I'm driving up to Cottondale. I'm remodeling a house up there, built in 1931, but I couldn't help but want to call in since you're talking about what Alabama's going to do to Tennessee. But what I want to know is, how are you going to stop Joey? Of the top 5 quarterbacks for the Heisman, he has better passing yards, rushing yards than any of those top 5 quarterbacks. How are you going to stop him?
Ooh, I don't know.
Make him throw.
Hit him hard and hit him often.
Well, we know Joey's a big Tennessee fan, so I knew he would call him.
I got another buddy who's a huge Tennessee fan. Hey, listen, I'm not like a Homer Alabama guy. I had Tony Thompson play for me. He played for Phillip at Tennessee. He was a leading rusher that year in the SEC. They beat, I think it was Virginia Tech, and it was Virginia in the Sugar Bowl in Tony's last year.
Yeah, I think.
So I'm not a hater of Tennessee like other people are, but I am Saturday though. I will be Saturday.
But I just didn't hear you say anything good about Tennessee.
Well,
that just comment.
You didn't hear me say anything good. I said a lot of good.
Yeah.
I said their offense is number 1 in the nation.
That was me. Look, it's Tennessee Hate Week. It's fun.
Oh,
I'm not going to say anything
Okay,
good
my
about
bad.
them. No, but it's jabbing. It's fun. I mean, look, the one thing I will say, Aguilar, I think's been great. I mean, the fact that y'all managed to upgrade at quarterback through that whole thing was amazing. I will say it hasn't been against the best defenses in the country, but maybe they don't look that good because Aguilar's been good. I don't know.
Brian hates Tennessee.
I do.
He hates them.
But seriously, the way you got to put him under pressure. They're going to come after him. Womack's going to blitz him a bunch, and if he can answer that, then Bama's in trouble.
Yeah, because he can scramble. He's been able to show that when I've even thought they had him stacked, that he squirts out of there and just gets loose and throws the ball or runs. He's a pretty good runner too. So I hope
Georgia. They look good. Their offense is outstanding. There's no doubt about that. I'm just pointing out that if we win this, but if we do beat Tennessee, I think it's going to be our passing attack against their DBs. That's the reason I was interested so much about the weather.
Yeah, I think, and our cornerbacks, we've got one that's not going to be playing. And,
right. Well, hadn't he been out for a while? One of them's been out for a while.
Yeah, and it's almost like he's decided that he's going to be a first-round draft pick and has just decided not to play the rest of the year. That's kind of the rumor. But I hope it's a good game and that they I hope the officials don't do like they did in the Georgia-Auburn game. That last
I'm with you on
that
that.
game was terrible.
Let me ask you this: have you watched Bama much? What do you think? How's this thing going to play out? Because Bama is not the Bama of the past. Defensively, they can't stop the run. Seems like we can't stop the run. We do a good job, I think, in the second half making adjustments. But if the team that shows up that played FSU, they'd get blown out of the stadium if Tennessee plays like they're capable. So how do you think it's going to play out?
I think it's going to be a close game and go all the way down to the fourth quarter. I think we'll be able to run on Alabama because we have two running backs that are good, and if one gets hurt, they just put the other one in. I'm anxious to see what Simpson does as the quarterback if he gets pressured.
Yeah, that's why I kept saying we got to keep him clean. If not, we could be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple edge rushers that I think will get to him, but I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope Tennessee comes out on top, and I hope I hear a lot of Rocky Top is all I can say.
Oh, God, not that song.
Oh, man. Hey,
that's one of the best songs ever written.
God, that is
Hey, I want to thank you so much for listening. Thank you for calling, and go Vols, buddy. Go Vols.
All right.
See you later. Thank you for calling. Appreciate
Joe
it.
keeps us straight now if we don't get Tennessee.
Joe put it on us, baby. I like that.
That is the worst song
I wasn't
ever
talking
written.
bad about Tennessee. I said, hell, the offense is good.
We got on them.
Brian hates
No, we're well aware that you've suffered many an injury jumping off bandwagons. Don't you play that nonsense.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
We just lost the 10 people who listen to this show.
Glenn, we got to jump on to FSU real quick. What's going on? Give us a little rundown of FSU.
Right now, they're all dressed in black and they're mourning. But anyway, they are. I'm going to give a real quick thing on the basketball that starts pretty soon. They'll have elite matchups right off the bat. They at November 11th, they're at number 3 Florida. December 2nd, they're at number 2 Houston, and January the 3rd, Duke comes in. They're ranked number 6, so they're going to start out playing some pretty high-ranking teams to go for it. So basketball looks pretty good. We hope they do well. Now, FSU's 3-3. They travel all the way to Stanford up there, and they're 2-4. It's at 9:30 at night on ESPN, and believe it or not, FSU's a 17.5 favorite. I'm not taking that. You would think that the long series, Stanford is 1-0, and it goes all the way back to 1958, 21-7. So, no face mask here or the plastic helmets and whatever. But anyway, also now. There's 3 things that a couple of the writers in Tallahassee, one of them for the Democrat, comes out and says that 3 things that Norville needs to salvage the rest of the season. One is morale. Can he keep the locker room? How he has to continue to hold players accountable and also clearly communicate the message he's still trying to do, and also has to keep them motivated. And, with this transfer portal and all that, you're not sure what's going to happen, but that's one of the things. And the scheme, there's the other thing. Number 2, he has 2 brand new coordinators and also a brand new quarterback. So they've scored enough points here to win in almost all the games. But the defense right now is part of the problem. But Malzahn says we still are not clicking on offense like I would. Seems to me, though, after the Alabama game, we've kind of called the same plays over and over. We don't have anything surprised that would do for me. If I was calling, of course, I haven't called any college games. But the other thing, too, is on defense, we seem a little I just don't think that the 3-3-5 is the deal for us. I'm not sure that's the right scheme for us. The thing is, we're having problems picking up the back out of the backfield on the oldest play in the world, the wheel route. We end up with a linebacker chasing the receiver. And, so we found that out in the Pittsburgh game when you got a freshman quarterback
running all over. So we're not very disciplined on those. There's too many penalties at key times during the game. We fumble a little bit when we shouldn't be fumbling. Those are things. And then the other day, I was kind of a little upset with the special teams. We had the block punt. Okay, then also we had poor coverage on some of the kicks, and then also our return yardage was not very good. Now, return yardage that's hidden yardage you make up. So we didn't do a very good job on that. So, and then the last thing is we got to win. We must win at Stanford. We got to finish out the season with home wins against Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. Also, we're on the road at Clemson, North Carolina State, and at Florida. So, if we win 3 more, we're bowl eligible. Is that what the season we wanted? No, but that's better than 2-10.
Absolutely.
But there's no moral victories when you're doing that. I don't think Norval's going anywhere. He's got 50 million reasons why they're going to keep him. So we'll see. Hopefully it goes on with that. Got a couple of questions. We've got time for you guys.
What?
You got questions?
Got to take a break.
Got to take a break. Okay.
Your questions can come later.
I have a question. Why are we taking a break?
Wildcat said take a break. Wildcat, can I mention a couple? Can I do it? All right.
Oh, sure.
I do too. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Also, get out, newbies. We got 4 wonderful occasions. Love John Sharp. Appreciate the FSU update by newbies. All 4 of them are wonderful. The legendary Chad Mitchell, Stevenson Air Conditioning, Steve's Bike Shop, Vandy Roofing. Take that. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Here we go. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson will be awarding the Sports Blitz High School Player of the Week. This will go to the outstanding high school football player for each week. The player will receive a gift card from a local restaurant and an ESPN Northwest Florida t-shirt. Coaches, students, parents, and fans, comment on our Facebook page or call in at 850-215-6290 to nominate.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive across from the Navy base. And 10908 Front Beach Road.
Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. It's double the Paul Feinbaum Show. Weeknights starting at 6.
Okay, but also go faster.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators!
They dirty.
He's not a Gator. Yeah, Gator hater. We got the Gator himself, Mr. Mark McLeod. Mark, how you doing this morning?
Doing well, Coach. Good morning.
We just talked to Dr. Ward, and it just he saw the same little clip as somebody from the NFL. And then we just checked at Saturdays Down South, and they had something also. The word on the street, I don't know if you've heard this or not, that regardless of Billy Napier wins or not, that he will be fired Sunday. Then Saturdays Down South just put out that if Hugh Freeze and Billy Napier lose this week, they both will be fired Sunday. Have you heard any of this talk, or do you know anything we don't know?
No, yeah, it's the same thing I've been hearing. I think I told you that a couple weeks ago, that 3 weeks ago, whatever.
You did, yeah.
I had spoken to a booster, and he booster for Florida, and he told me off the record that at the time that, look, the two guys that are being mentioned is Lane Kiffin and Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame.
Yeah,
those are the two targets seemingly that Florida has, but that he wasn't going to be fired right then. That nobody seemed to think that, and nobody seemed to know when it would happen. But you can easily make the case now, because you've got teams lining up. Everybody's kind of looking ahead now next year for the teams that it isn't going well. And look, this is a Mississippi State team that they play hard football, man. Those guys, they don't quit.
Yeah.
So Florida could easily lose this game just as well as win it.
We were talking about, I want your opinion on this, and we'll jump into Florida. If Penn State does, those two names also were mentioned with like 20 others to Penn State, but with Penn State, if they go after Matt Rule, which it seems like that's just going to go after the guy who worked with him with each other at Temple, would you ever see a coach leaving a job in the middle of the season just to try to keep the kids at Penn State to stay there? Or if it was him, do you think he's finished the years out with Nebraska?
I would think he finishes it out with Nebraska. He has responsibility. He took a pledge. He had all those kids buy in and give 100%. I don't see any coach in their right mind would leave a job halfway through the season to go take another job. I just don't see that happening.
Okay. All right, let's jump into it. You sent me something. I want you to talk about this for me. This thing about night games.
Yeah.
Talk about that for me. That was interesting.
Like the last 5 seasons, 83% of their games have been at night. So, and everybody knows what that atmosphere is like in Baton Rouge. And look, the networks have changed over the years. Many years ago, maybe not all that long ago, you wanted that primetime game. You wanted that night kickoff. That was a game everybody was going to be tuned into. Put the big game at night. Put CBS kind of changed that a little bit with their 3:30 kickoff in the SEC, but then you started to see the network say, look, let's get them on. The bad games have always been at noon. Let's get some good games on at noon and just have people not change the channel. And look, this weekend, I fully expect to see ABC dominate the ratings, because you look at the 3 games they have Saturday, and this Saturday coming up, just as they did last Saturday, they're going to dominate again. Yeah, Florida was at 50%. I was looking at that. I didn't realize that. That's pretty interesting. Give us the latest on Florida. I'll be honest with you. I was really disappointed in Florida. That's the first time all year I've been really kind of just. I thought the game was going to go down the wire. I really did. People might think I'm crazy. I thought they were going to play their tails off. I thought I did. I thought we'd go down a one-possession game. Auburn played A&M really tough, and it was a good game for a while. And then A&M pulls away. The quarter. Anyway, what was your thoughts on the game? Give us what you think. Well, I think Strickland should have fired him after the game. My opinion. That was a terrible look offensively by Florida again. The defense came out, the offense came out, both offenses came out fired up. A&M scores their first 3 possessions, touchdowns. Florida scored 2 touchdowns on their first couple possessions, and everything looked fine. And then all of a sudden you see Billy start to turn and do some of the same things that he's been doing. And everybody knows Texas A&M on third down. You did 2 weeks prior to Florida, opponents were 1 of 23 on third down. they put a lot of emphasis, a ton of emphasis on third down at A&M. And Elko's talked about that in his press conferences. But Billy, 3rd and 6, and you're running, you're throwing a vertical pass out to the left when there's nothing out there that the opponent, in this case A&M, they had it gobbled up, and he's throwing back, and then they run the ball on the. There were 3 calls on third downs that just left me scratching my head with Billy Napier, because 2 of them were vertical. One of them, they could have checked into a play where they had a receiver man-on-man wide open, and it would have been a beautiful thing for Florida because it could very well have gone for a touchdown. But no, they didn't. They handed the ball off and ran right, and they ran right into the Texas A&M defense because they had cheated up. They knew what Napier was going to do. They cheated the safeties up, and they had actually rolled the linebackers over to that side, and because of what he did in the shift with the tight end. So, yeah, they knew exactly what was happening, and it was just more bad offense from Billy Napier.
I tell you what, Texas A&M coach, he did a great job when he was at Duke. I think he's one of the best coaches out there. He's got them in his second year. They got a shot, man. They got a shot to win the SEC. They could do something big this year. I like A&M's team. They're better, and they're getting better, seems like, every week. And you look at Florida, we're not getting better every week. What about the health of this team going into the Mississippi State game?
I think it's pretty good. They ended up getting 3 guys back for the Texas A&M game that they were desperately needed, so that was good. But I think they're, in terms of looking at what they were a few weeks ago, I think their health is pretty good, actually. Obviously, you still have some of your key defenders out for the year. 2 starters and 1 part-time starter out for the year, so that's certainly not going to help Florida. But look, this is a Mississippi State team. They run the football. They're going to run the football. And, the other thing with Jeff Lebby and kind of been his mantra is score from far. He is a big explosives guy. But I find it interesting that you've seen some of the writers, the national, regional writers, when they do ever talk about Mississippi State, they talk about, well, he's an explosive guy. Yeah, he is, but look at the run game. And that's going to be the key to this game, guys. Florida's going to have to effectively run the football, but Mississippi State's averaging over 180 yards per game on the ground themselves.
Mark, you're dead on right about that. That's why I'm a little bit worried that Lebby came out yesterday and said it looks like State's top running back, Fluff Bothwell. Yes, Fluff Bothwell. It looks like he's doubtful and then probably will not play. If that's the case, that's a big boost for Florida.
Yeah, and Florida can use all they can get.
Yeah.
It's homecoming. A lot of people will be there. Not so anxious for a win, but more anxious about are we going to lose this game?
Yeah.
And that would be a big hit for Mississippi State. But I think that program's trending in the right direction, because you look at this.
He's
team.
a good coach.
I've watched this team 2 or 3 times this year, guys. They play hard, and those guys are not quitting. There's no quitting those guys, kids. And I'm not saying you've seen it in Florida, but now you're seeing in the postgame frustration from DJ Lagway and maybe 1 or 2 other players in the postgame comments, a frustration of what losing and not playing well.
Mark, what is it? Is 6 our time or 6:45 our time on ESPN or SEC Network? What time's the game?
For Florida, let me look at this. 4:15 Eastern for us.
Okay, I'm looking at something else. 4:15.
It's a little bit of a strange time. Yeah.
3:15. That's on the SEC Network, correct? Yeah. I get
it's SEC. That's why it's so strange. Yeah, you got the ABC games we talked about, but then you've got the ESPN games, which are not bad, bad games. But,
boy, you're right. The ABC is loaded. 11 o'clock, LSU at Vandy. 2:30, Ole Miss, the new coach at Florida, at Georgia, and then that night you got Tennessee, Alabama. Let's talk about that. Lane Kiffin.
Let's go.
He's making $9 million in Starkville, Mississippi, so he's struggling there financially.
I don't think
to live in Starkville.
The
average income in Mississippi, I think most people are making about 10.
You think he's living in Starkville, playing for Ole Miss?
Well,
if he's making $9 million, he owns Starkville, Mississippi.
Oxford, my bad. What are you hearing though? I mean, I know for a fact the job he really wanted was Alabama. He could have had the Auburn job. I think he's a big name school type guy. Florida's a big name. The family connections. Hey, wait a minute, Mark. We got to take a break. I'm sorry. We'll come back and finish up with Mark McLeod. Let's talk about some of our great people. Vandy Roofing, looking for a roof. It's only Vandy Roofing. Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick, listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. He'll make your yard look like a golf course, no doubt about that. Stevenson Air Conditioning, Steve's Bike Shop. And, of course, that Cajun Place. We will be there probably around 11:30 for the early game. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. You can't beat. They open the door at 10. They got a brunch set up for you on Sunday. The North Shore Jazz Band will be playing from 10 to 12. And then watch all the NFL games there. Wear your Saints shirt. If they happen to score, you will get a free Jell-O shot. LSU, 11 o'clock, have your LSU colors on because they score a touchdown. You get a Jell-O shot. We'll be right back with Mark Cloud, 104.3, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, sunny and a high of 84 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and cool near 68. Sunny and 83 tomorrow. 81 and sunshine with a gentle breeze Friday. Saturday sunshine and a temperature about the same at 83. This is your Wednesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
We don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3. ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod with us. Mark, let's jump back into the Florida Gators, if there is an opening, which we all feel like good chance there will be.
There'll be an opening.
Lane Kiffin, would he leave Ole Miss to go to Gainesville, Florida?
I believe he will. Look, you touched on the family, and again, his ex-wife Layla, who they have a strong relationship still, even though they're no longer married. But the family is still a bond, very much a thing for them up in Oxford, Mississippi. And Layla's dad was John Reeves, former Florida quarterback. The family knows Gainesville very well. Knox will be just fine in Gainesville, yes, growing up there. So yeah, I think so. And look, for Lane Kiffin, he's more of a Florida guy. You know, California, Florida, those two states with the beaches and everything kind of sets his more his personality, more his style.
What are you saying about Mississippi?
No, hang on now. To be fair, I'm with
we
Mark.
We got beaches. We got beaches down there.
I'm with Mark on this. That's Oxford. That doesn't count.
We got beaches in the state of Mississippi.
I told you a tornado went through Oxford and did $10 million worth of improvements.
I mean, he might like cattle. Who knows, man?
Yeah. Look, I just think it fits, and you know, you want to get back to Florida. Well, this is your best opportunity. Cristobal's not going anywhere from Miami. You know, Lane was down there at FAU in that area. Who knows what's going to happen at Florida State? But Florida's more of a fit, and Lane is an SEC guy. He's not an ACC guy.
Yeah. He's going to demand a lot of money. I mean, it's going to cost Florida big time if he goes there. You're 10 plus a year, right?
They'll pay. What I was told by this booster is he said, you see all these comments about people saying Florida doesn't want to pay the money, we don't have the money, and I started laughing. I said, yeah, I've seen that. He goes, Mark, we had the money last year. Mm-hmm. We were ready to pull the trigger last year. Strickland wasn't ready to pull the trigger. And he said, okay, that's fine. You know, look, if there's not a move made now, and look, we're right there at the cusp of the 20th anniversary of Ron Zook being fired after a 38-31 loss to Mississippi State. So here you are playing the Bulldogs again, and maybe we'll have a second run of this. But there's going to be a move made, and yes, they just re-upped Scott Strickland's contract. And here's the other part of this, guys. I've heard Florida fans. I've been asked this via messaging on X or email or whatever. And look, you can tell Strickland and Kiffin, that is his cup of tea, guys. Dan Mullen wasn't Strickland's cup of tea. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of issues in Starkville, Mississippi. I'm sure Brian could tell you that.
Yes, they did.
But I'm telling you, Strickland is a Christian guy, and he had to turn away from that when Mullen was hired. He got Mullen in here, and he did his best. The relationship improved until it went sour again. Then Strickland up on Sunday morning after Florida had lost and said, I'm done. I think a change has to be made. The Gators had just lost, 23-20 overtime to Missouri in that time. But I think Strickland will be fine bringing in Lane Kiffin because, again, this is what a lot of the boosters want. And I think it's something that probably a new president might want. And that's the important is,
Will they look at Missouri's head football coach if it doesn't go for Lane? He doesn't go.
I don't know. I think Drinkwitz is destined for somewhere else. I think I really think the guy who, personality-wise, I think the guy who Strickland would probably love to have is Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. But why would he leave Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Look, why in the world would you leave Notre Dame to go to the SEC? He has built that program just the way he wants it. And you look at the schedule, you look at what they're doing. No, you don't leave that job. You stay in that job and work it until you win the national championship.
Yeah. That's the reason I don't think he would go to Penn State either.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. I don't see that at all.
Yeah. Hey, who do you like in these other games this weekend? Alabama, Tennessee. Who you like in that one?
Oh, wow. I like Alabama. I just think Alabama right now is the best team in the SEC across the board. When you look at everything, I think Grubb and Simpson are on the right path. They've got great receivers, as we all know. The run game, the offensive line's really good at Bama. They're good. They could be better, but defense is pretty nasty.
LSU at Vandy. Who you like in this one?
Well, I hope Vanderbilt wins. I really do. I would love to see that, but I do think LSU finds a way to get it done and comes back. They had a recent bye.
Oklahoma at South Carolina. Who you like in this one?
Oklahoma.
Okay. They fired their offensive line coach of South Carolina this past Sunday. Texas A&M at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
A&M
Texas A&M.
Yeah. Oh, now this is a big one. I think this is going to be a great football game. Ole Miss looked terrible last week. They'll look a lot better this week. Georgia's learning how to clap. Who do you like, Ole Miss or Georgia?
It depends on how much they give the officials, Conrad Moon. The Conrad Moon retirement fund's going right to the stripes. I don't know. That's going to be a great ball game, and I really don't have an opinion either way on that one. I could see where either team. I could make the case for either team for that one.
Okay, this is a huge game. Missouri at Auburn. You know, he just kicked off the captain of the team, the running back. There's more to that. Is it falling apart? Can Auburn overcome that and win this game, or do you like Missouri?
I like Missouri. I think the way Missouri lost that game last weekend, they fought. They fought, man. That's a tough Missouri team, and I really like them. Two teams that I had as dark horses. I didn't know about Missouri. I said Missouri beat good the first half of the season, but look out in the second half of the season. But I thought Oklahoma and Texas A&M, along with Florida, were going to be the three teams to really look out for in the SEC.
All right.
I crapped a bit on that, but the other two are pretty good.
Texas at Kentucky. Any way the Wildcats can make this a game?
No, I think I think they're looking.
Goodbye, Mark. It's been nice talking to you.
Yeah. They play it in Rupp Arena. That's the only way.
Rupp Arena. There you go. All right. What's going to happen in Gainesville at 3:15 Central Time on the SEC Network? Is Billy Napier, they regroup and win, or is it? I think it's over either way. But who's going to win this ball game?
I think this is a tough one to call too, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this game, but I do. I am on board with them going ahead and making the move because it just there's I could go into it. I'm writing the piece right now on coming out of the locker room, what they've done the first three series, and it's been awful.
Ironically, it was the trip to Starkville last year that stopped the bleeding for Napier last year and kind of started that little turnaround for them. So I don't think it lays out the same this year, but who knows?
Yeah.
Mark, I forgot. What's the pay? It was about $27 million they owe him.
21
million.
Oh, that's
wow. Can you believe that? What we're paying coaches?
Mark answered that like he's been reaching it.
You got everything.
21. Yeah, 21 million.
21.134.
That's right. And 82 cents.
Brian, I started a GoFundMe account for it.
Hey, there you go.
Have you already talked to Lane Kiffin? Just lay it out on the line. Let everybody know. Have y'all been talking?
No, I guarantee you that Jimmy Sexton's talking to a lot of people, though.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Sexton's going to get wealthier and wealthier, man. It's crazy. How many coaches go down this week? I say 3. I think 3 will get fired this week.
Man, I think you're right. I was thinking about that yesterday, and I thought 2, and then I thought, well, it could be as many as 4. It could be as many as 4, but let's just throw it at 3.
3. Glenn, what do you think, 3?
Yeah, I think, 3.
Brian, 3?
I'm going to actually go under here. I think
2?
Only 1.
Only 1?
We're going to lose 1 this weekend.
Okay. All right, Mark, we run out of time, man. We love you. Thank you for coming on, and we will talk to you next Thursday. Text me if you hear anything about what's going on next Wednesday. Thanks for correcting me. All right, bye, buddy.
Hey, Mark.
All right, leave it right here all day long. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, and don't forget. What's that mean? We got the Steelers and the Bengals right here on ESPN 104.3. I think the cover starts at 6:30 and the kickoff is 7:15. Thank you, Randy. Miami, the game right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. That game will be played on a Friday night. Louisville at Miami. Watch out, Hurricanes.
Viva Las Vegas.
That's right. There you go.
We're out.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what what's happening.
Coming up on October 31st, it's the Cal G Squires inaugural golf tournament benefiting the Angel House Bereavement Center, the only provider of clinical grief counseling in Bay County. Costumes are encouraged for this fun day at Bay Point. Prizes for a hole-in-one, longest drive, closest to the pin, and best costume. To register,